Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4. We will be presenting our final project entitled COVID-19 Impact on Education. How does the shortage of gadgets for online learning affect students' performance among B40 family in Malaysia?
As you can see, shown are the task distribution for our group members.
Hello, my name is Nazza and I will be presenting about the introduction of project report. Since COVID-19 outbreak started to hit in Malaysia, Universiti Teknologi Petronas started to implement the open and distance learning mode using Microsoft Teams. The idea of shifting method of study from physical to virtual education has forced students to have their own devices as a medium to attend the class. However, not all students are very lucky. Some of them are having problem attend and cope with the online class. So this report will study about how the shortage of gadgets for online learning affects students' performance among B40 families in Malaysia.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Ahmad Shazamilullah, ID 19001100. I will be presenting about the literature review of this project. In this literature review of this project, we are using 5 articles, which the first 3 articles are discussing about this issue in global scale, and the other 2 articles are discussing about this issue in local scale. So now we will go to the problem statement of this project. So the main problem statement is the shortage of gadgets for online learning in one household, which we will specify to 2 groups, which is B40 families and also students in Malaysia. Now I will pass to Firdaus to talk about the research question.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Firdaus bin Masaidin, student number of 201546, and I will talk about the research question and objective of the study. For the research question, the first one is, does the shortage of gadget for online learning affect students' performance for B40 families in Malaysia? And the second research question is, how does the study performance of students among B40 family in Malaysia are affected from the shortage of gadget issue? These both research questions is related to each other because we want to know, does the study performance of students that facing the issue of shortage of gadgets from B40 family is affected, and if yes, if they are affected, then how bad it affect them? Is it badly affected or just slightly affected? Next, the first objective of the study is to determine the study performance of students from B40 family that facing the issue of shortage of gadgets, which means is it their current study performance is badly decreasing or not. And then the second objective is to study how they cope with this issue, which is the issue of shortage of gadget for online learning.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Ahmad Hafiz Nakyuddin, and today I will present the hypothesis and the significance of study. For this research, we have 2 variables, which is the shortage of gadgets in a household and the students' academic performance. Based on the variables above, we have developed a hypothesis, which is the students' academic performance affected due to shortage of gadgets in a household. Next, we move to the significance of study. The outcome of the study will highlight the impact of the shortage of gadgets to the students' academic performance during online learning. And for this research, we are more focused to B40 families as our target respondent based on the shortage of gadgets issue. And our finding in this study will lead us to explore how they cope with shortage of this gadget issue.
Hi, I am Nurin Batrisha and I will be presenting for research methodology part. We conducted a survey using Google Forms and with our title, which is Impact on Education of COVID-19 on how does the shortage of gadget for online learning affect students' performance among B40 families in Malaysia. And the questions are divided to 4 parts, and the first part is demographic of respondents. Second part is on academic performance on online learning. Third part is coping mechanism, and also for the last part is resolution. For this survey, we targeted for 30 students from B40 families.
The first part of the findings is regarding the demographic of respondent. For the first question regarding the age, we can clearly see that the most of the respondents aged between 18 to 20 years old. Majority of the respondents are female, as it contributes to the higher percentage, which is more than half of the respondents, and the highest respondents are come from the state of Kedah. Next, majority of the respondent has a household income below than 4,850 ringgit Malaysia, and most of the respondent have 3 to 4 family members that currently studying and using gadget. The second part is regarding the academic performance on online learning. From the pie chart, we can clearly see that the majority of the respondent agree that they have ever faced shortage of gadget issue during online learning. From this question, the higher percentage, which is 58.8%, showing that the respondent agree that they have ever been absent from class due to the shortage of gadget issue. From the pie chart, we can clearly see that the majority of the respondents agree to the question as it contributes to the highest percentage, the equivalent to 47 respondents. So for this question, more than half of the respondents, which is 54%, which equivalent to 30 respondents, use both laptop and smartphone to attend the online class. For this question, the highest percentage is 46.2%, which equivalent to 24 respondents, but for 5 out of 5 on the rate of stress in experiencing the shortage of gadget issue during online learning. From the bar chart, we can clearly see that majority of the respondents vote 4 out of 5 on satisfaction rates in evaluating the overall academic experience during online learning. From the pie chart, we can clearly see that the highest percentage is 55.8%, which equivalent to 29 respondents that agree that their grades are not improving during this pandemic. From the pie chart, we can clearly see that the highest percentage is 55.8%, which equivalent to 29 respondents that agree that their grades are not improving during this pandemic.
And this is the pie chart of the result, and most of them agree that if they are if they're sharing gadget from among the family, they can cope with the shortage of gadget issue very well. The next question is we ask about the helpfulness of the alternatives that we suggest to the respondents, and most of them agree that the sharing of gadgets among family members is the best method, is the very most helpful method among the other alternatives that you can see here. The next question is we ask about the criticalness of this issue, and most of the respondents agree that this shortage of gadget problem is a critical issue among students in Malaysia. For the resolution part, they think that other than the shortage of gadget issue, conducive environment also play the big contributes in affecting the academic performance of students in Malaysia. That's all from me. Now I will pass to Hafiz to present about the discussion on demographic.
Next, we move to the discussion part 1, demographic. All of our respondents are categorized as youth by Malaysian government, as all of them are 18 to 30 years old, and they also classified as B40 families because they have lower than 4,850 ringgit Malaysia for their household income, and most of the respondents have 3 to 4 family members that are currently studying and require the use of gadget, and this will be the huge liability to their family for their educational aid.
Discussion for part 2 regarding academic performance on online learning. So for discussion of this part, it is for our first objective, which is to determine the study performance of students from B40 families with shortage of gadget issue. So for the first question, majority, which is 65.4%, answered yes, as this is due to non-affordable price of gadgets. And then for the second question, 58.8% answered yes, and this is quite worrying as absence from class could lead to coursework penalty and being left out from lectures. For the third question, 90.4% answered yes, and for the remaining one, it answered maybe. That 90.4% is 47 out of 52 respondents that agree with the statement, and this shows that it really affects students' performance. And for the fourth question, a majority uses laptop and smartphone as their gadget for online learning, and this is because the cost of laptop and smartphone are much reliable and affordable. For the next question, most answered 5 out of 5, and this shows that most students are badly affected mentally regarding this issue. And for the next question is majority students answered 4 out of 5, and this shows that students have tried to adapt with the issue and already found their coping mechanism by time. For the last question, which is improvement of grades for students during pandemic, while majority answered no, the more worrying answer is maybe it is because it shows that students experience lack of motivation to study, and based on all answers for this part, this shows that students are badly affected academically because of shortage of gadget issue. And that is all for discussion part 2.
Next, I will discuss for the part of coping mechanism for shortage of gadget issue. There are 5 alternatives of coping mechanism given in the survey for the respondent to choose. According to the result of the survey, 2 alternatives which are do part-time job to get extra money to buy gadget and share gadget among family members can be considered as helpful alternative, while the rest of it which are seek fund from charity to buy gadgets, going to cyber cafe to join online class and borrow gadget from accountant to join online class can be considered as least helpful alternative. There are several possible reasons that can be considered that influence the opinion of the respondent, which are the student that lead to the result of the survey. For example, the possible reason for alternative of share gadget among family members is because the student can manage their time to take turn with their family member to use the gadget for online learning, such as the laptop. While for alternative of going to cyber cafe to join online class, the possible reason is because the environment that is not conducive and suitable for the student to do online learning. Thus, the student from B40 families that facing the issue of shortage of gadget must find some ways to cope with the problem in order for them to be able to do online learning.
Next, we move to the part 4, resolution. Other than shortage of gadget issue, most of the respondents agreed that the conducive environment is one of the major factors that affecting the academic performance of students. The conducive environment may disturb the teaching and learning process as it is not suitable to carrying education transaction in online platform. This is due to the lack of facility, abusive family and crowded place. Next, we move to the financial problem. As we know that most of our respondents are from B40 families, so they cannot afford to buy gadget and internet plan. And for the mental health problems, the students may face depression due to study and new norm. As stated by Ministry of Health, a total number of 266 people have committed suicide during the lockdown. And for the negative peer influence, the students may face learning fatigue, so they prefer to play games and do part-time job rather than sit in front of a laptop every day.
So for the conclusion of this project is the objectives are achieved and the hypothesis is accepted. That's all from us. Thank you.